Good evening. It is Wednesday, May 20th, and it is a little bit late in the evening. It's about 10:30. But I knew I wasn't going to be able to really do anything in the morning, so I wanted to give you guys an update because there's a lot going on. And I just recorded the entire video of everything that's going on, and it was 12 minutes, so I'm going to try to do this a little faster. First, I want to thank everybody who came on Tuesday. We had a nice group of people. We talked about a lot of different things, but for those of you who missed, and maybe some of the topics we didn't cover, I wanted to make sure that I got everybody up to date on the many projects that are going on and that are floating around. So the first thing I want to tell you is that if you aren't aware, that the carpet has been ordered for level 1 and level 2. So the lobby level, the library, and the conference room, all of the carpet's been ordered. Hopefully that will be able to go down in the next 2 to 3 weeks. The pool is in a little bit of a dire strait. So there's some repairs that need to be made. We've contacted a company to diagnose all the issues. And now we've taken those issues and we've gotten a bid to get those corrected. But as a board, we're required to get 3 bids. So we're going to get a couple more bids and look at who's going to be the best company to take care of all the problems and get the pool running smoothly as quickly as possible and really have a beautiful blue pool all summer long. The spa's not been working. That was also diagnosed. I believe that it's a gasket, but whatever it is specifically, it's covered by the warranty, and they'll be coming out to fix that. Nikki will keep you abreast of anything that's happening about when the pool's open and the spa's open and if it's closed. Also, the cooling towers. So the cooling towers, we did it in 2 phases. Phase 1 was when it was a little warm in the building. Phase 2 was this week. Phase 2 didn't affect the temperatures in the building, thankfully, but both sides of the cooling towers on the roof are working. They're going to come tomorrow, do the final touches, and then clean up everything and take everything that they have out of the building. And for those of you who were wondering, what was that red trash can doing on our yard? That was not from MEI or the contractors on the parking garage. That was from the people on the roof. All of the things that they had to take out and off of the roof and all of the old parts went into that red trash dumpster. So if it's not already gone, it will be gone very soon. The concrete in the front of the building, the concrete guys are trying to pour as quickly as they can. They're doing section by section based on the color that it has to be. And weather permitting, they are happy to pour. They really want to get that done. So they're coming and working on that. They did a lot today. In the back garden, there is some old concrete and some concrete that's fallen, needs to be adjusted. So they may be jackhammering some concrete out this week and doing some of that. I do know that they said that even in some of the rainier days, they might be using the power washer to wash the walls up above and around the dog park and all of that, so that it'll be primed and clean, ready for paint when it does dry up. The lobby rebuild. Okay, so here's where we are with the lobby. The lobby and all of this area that I'm standing in, it's all been remediated. It's been cleaned up. It's been everything that needs to be taken out is taken out. So now it's time for the board, the designer, Nikki, to really work on rebuilding everything. So I have tasked Jeremy and Pam and Nikki, Carol and Carmen, they're the ones kind of pushing this, to try to get the entire project done by July 1st. That sounds like that's very fast. Really we just need to do a rebuild. We need to put the ceilings back in, the lights back in, some wiring, put the desk back, and a little bit more, of that kind of rebuild. Then comes the furniture, but the furniture will be coming along the way, and I just want to do what we can to get the lobby open and to be able to restore the library, the conference room, and some of these areas that we use every day as a place to kind of escape and get some fresh air and visit with some of our neighbors. So the team is working on that, and they've been tasked with really working through that very quickly. Update on the porte-cochere. The bottom supports of the porte-cochere, the bottom of the posts, do need some reinforcing. So there is a team that's created a plan for that, and they're going to put that in action so they can reinforce those posts. If there's some costs involved, I'll let you know. Everything seems to have a cost, but it does, for the most part, most of the posts are perfectly fine, but some of the bottom of the posts need to be shored up before they start to actually build on the pretty part. So I'll keep you informed of that, but that is moving through. Oh, the baseboards. You know, I came down and I stopped on 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. All of the baseboards are in. For those of us who are on 8 and above, we don't really stop on those floors, but because they all lost their baseboards and they had so much, you know, of a mess for so many months after the water intrusion, we really wanted to make sure that they got some special attention, got those baseboards all replaced. They spent months without baseboards, and they were quite nice about it, because I'm not sure that everybody would have been. But we really wanted to make sure that they got new, fresh paint. Everything's, I think all the walls are white now. The baseboards are in. But the team is working on those floors consistently to try and get them all looking as beautiful as possible. And on the terrace level, we're skimming the walls. You guys have seen some of that and maybe smelled that. We're trying to cover up that really old, dated orange peel kind of texture and smoothing it out. It takes a lot of time and multiple layers, and because of the humidity that we've had in this rain, each layer is taking longer to dry. So while the layers dry, they're just working on other parts of the building. So they skim it and then wait for it to dry. Also, we're going to work on the terrace level flooring. Because of that water intrusion, we got insurance money back to replace a portion of the flooring, but it is quite an undertaking, and we don't want to take out the terrace flooring while there's no lobby flooring and there's no exit to the lobby. So please be patient on the terrace floor, but there is some good stuff coming there. I have talked to several people who've mentioned that they really noticed, and we saw, and even the police saw, that we had a drop in crime on our parking lot when we had the fencing up, right? So we only had a few incidents over the last year, because the fences have been up for almost a year now. So we've purposely left that little piece of fence on Irving Avenue, and we've asked Nikki to look at bids, get 3 or 4 bids for a wrought iron fence that would run along Irving, back maybe about 10 feet, as a deterrent. We do believe fencing would be a deterrent, because when somebody did break into a car a few weeks ago, the criminal tried to get out, and he couldn't because of the fence. So the police were able to make an arrest. So that's a good thing. So we're going to look at what does that cost, and can we afford to do that, and how quickly can we afford to do that, because fencing does seem to be a deterrent, and it did actually get us to make an arrest. So tons and tons of things going on in the building. I appreciate the entire board working with me on all of these things. I mentioned several of the board members tonight, but I didn't mention Susan, but Susan has been instrumental in looking at all the financials and making sure that we're all, following all these guidelines. But also I was given a 5-year contract to sign for Otis Elevators and their service contract. And I read through the whole thing, and there were a few little red flags for me, and so I sent it to Susan. Susan read through the whole thing and gave me her blessing, which I appreciate greatly, because she does have an eye for these things. So the entire board is working on your behalf on multiple levels. So we've got the building cool, we're working on the lobby, we're working on the front of the garage, we're working on all of the parking. There's tons of things that are happening. So thank you all so much for your patience. I hope you have a great Thursday. I hope you have a great holiday weekend, and I will see you next week.